Hello tubes. Something I wanted to show you. This is a custom choke knob that I altered. Didn't make the whole thing, but I altered it because the end of the choke had bust off. The knob had gone. So this is the one I made. So what do you think to it, tubes? Right? Now this I got from a local DIY store. I can't say who it is because of advertising. And I thought these are the only ones I could find, but that was the wrong thread. These are threaded for M3s, I think. I didn't measure the thread, but I think it's M3. So what I did is this on here was M5. So what I thought, well, there's enough room to drill that out. So I put in the end I put an M4 in it. I hadn't got a 3.8 or nothing. I didn't know the size, but I thought an M4 drill, if I drill it out with them, I drilled an M3.5 first, and then I thought, well, that's no good. So I used an M4 drill, put through it, and then I tapped my own thread. So I tapped my own thread, threaded it on perfectly, right? Loctited it, tried my Loctite. I just wanted to test it because I'd used it on my carburettor, and this stuff is a slightly different stuff. It's like in a
Excuse me, too.
a lipstick thing. It's easy to use, I think. But I weren't sure if it was 100%, so it was stuck really tight, and then I tightened up the lock nut. So there you are. So what do you think, tubes? Look, that was obsolete, and they're hard to get just then, and they're hard to get these anyway because it's off the Shovelhead.
So it's a unique, isn't it?
Well, yeah. So what do you think then to my thing? You know how much that cost me? I think it was my wife found them. I looked everywhere. And my wife found these in the reduced things.
Balls.
Right? Yes. What do you think? That was only 20 pence. I couldn't believe it. Because I looked and I couldn't find anything. Because I was going to make it out of a bit of aluminium, drill and tap it. And I wanted to make like a nice choke knob. But what I found is the carburettor I want to put on is the best one I've got, I think. But it's slightly different. So I've got to modify this a little bit because it's done a slightly different way. It will work, but I'll just modify that. But I want to use the carburettor that I want to use, but it's a later model carb, so it's slightly changed a little bit, but it is probably changed for the better. So anyway, I did send away for the other type of elbow because they are smaller. Now, if you're fitting elbows, measure them tubes. They sent me the old one back. They sent me the one I didn't want, which is not their fault. They don't know. It's just a photo. But some of them are like I said. Remember, I said some of them are a bit bigger size. It says inside the thing that they're meant oversized.
Yeah, a little note comes with it.
Yes, the note comes with it. So you must measure your bore. Whatever carb you're putting it into, measure your bore size and measure your elbow fitting, and then you want an interference fit.
And why have you got to do this?
Because it can damage you, it can split your carburettor. So it will say in the instructions, but I have found the others. I measured both ones, and I found this type that I sent away for again, and I couldn't get. They sent me the old type. That's smaller, and I said to my wife, the other ones, I think you're gonna have hard trouble trying to fit them. So what I've done is I put the one in you can just about clamp it on the end of my drill. So I turned it into a drill, and I'm going to take it down to probably about 3 thou oversized to the hole. Whatever I think, I'm going to measure the one that come out and get it roughly about that, but I want it a nice, good fit. A good fit, not overly tight, not loose, nothing, but I want a good fit. I'll measure the bore to the carb when I'm putting it in, and I'll measure the elbow fitting. And I want probably about a 3, whatever. This is just my opinion, but it could alter. Probably a 3, probably 3,000 or something, tolerance fit, or something like that. Wrong. I will know better when I check the old remnants of the one that come out. Might be a bit smaller because it's been in there and it's been compressed. So the original one that I've got a bit left that I extracted. It's just what you think is going to be right. I worked in machining all my life, so I want a good tolerance fit, a tolerance fit that can't do anything wrong, that will go in there nicely and make a proper seal, a fuel tight seal. And I'll know roughly what I think. But it wants to be probably, like I say, it might be 3, I might allow 3,000, I might allow a bit more, I don't know until I get the feel to it, because there's a feeling you have as well. Alright, so, and I'm going to modify a tool to help me press it in, this one, pressing it in, and offload. I'm going to modify something,
yeah.
I'm going to modify that clamp, I'm going to modify it all to help me press it in better, but it's going to be sized correctly for a nice fit. And then what I'll do is probably bung it in the fridge for a couple of days, the freezer, to get it as small as I can, and then bung it in. But you got to be careful, because from the note that was with it, you can damage your carburetor. So, what do you think then, Tubes?
Nice.
Right? I like it, Tubes.
You got balls.
I like it that much. There was only one there though, like that, weren't there?
Yeah.
Yeah. There's only one there like that, because if there wasn't Tubes, I'd go back special and get a few more, because I like that. But yours might be threaded different to this. This was an M5. Yours could be threaded different. This was an M5 0.8 thread. So yours could be different to that, all right? Because they do use different sizes. I was surprised it was metric. It was threaded metric. I was surprised, but the nut size is 3/8. So they threaded it metric for that.
So you got nuts and balls.
The actual nut size is 3/8, but that's what that was it then. So yours could be different. So check your thread. You want a good thread pitch gauge. Which, anyway, catch you later, James. Trick ya.